Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Guess what? We have another upgrade video. Not just any upgrade, not just your typical upgrade. This is a scale upgrade. So we're gonna add a bunch of cool scale stuff to our trucks over here in our Defenders. We're gonna add some armor to the green one, and we're gonna add some flaps to this one. So they're gonna be looking nice and sweet. So basically what we have here today is we have some mud flaps from MEUS. I already added half of the mud flaps, sorry, on here because you know it's a lot of little screw stuff and mess. So I'm going to show you how I did that. We also have the exhaust pipes. I did half of it. Still gotta do the other half. I'm not quite done with it yet. So I'm gonna add that to the fenders here. And the body armor, it's for the front of the truck here and for the bottom. Notice it's a different color. It originally comes unpainted, so it's all like a shiny metal color. So I figured I'd go ahead and get a little more darkness and get a little metallic dark gray in there to get a little more serious look. Now I'll show you how the other one came out. I have it on here. Give you an idea what it looks like. So we're going to be adding this to this body to give it a little more scale details. You can see the back there. You got your side, and you have this. This is a separate piece, so you got to screw all this down and then screw this on the top. Now, as the camo, the trophy truck goes, we're adding mud flaps. And we're going to be adding the exhaust pipe on this side today. So that's just going to be part of the fun. So you can see the mud flaps right there. We got the first one and the back one down from the left side. So now if I add the body on, you can see what it looks like, at least for one half with the body on. See how nice it looks. I painted it because I thought the chrome, it was too shiny, so I figured I'd darken it up a little bit, give it a little more, you know, elegant look. I thought it was way too shiny for such a dark vehicle, so I figured I'll go ahead and do it that way. So we're going to be putting the other half of the armor on here today. And we're going to be putting the other half of the mud flaps and the exhaust pipe in the back of the truck. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing today. This will be a two-part video, so we're gonna also be working on the Unimog over here. I got some upgrades for the Unimog. We got some upgraded leaf springs. These are a lot better. They're a knuckle type. They're a little more softer and also better than the ones it comes with. We're going to be adding that to Unimog. That's going to be in the other video. And we also have some lights for it. These are the these two here are the rear lights, and this black cable here are the flag markers over here for the turn signal. So the turn signal is going to go here, and the rear light's going to go back here, so we'll be adding that, and on top of that we're going to be adding the leaf springs onto the Unimog. So that's going to be for the next video. And the Bronx, yes, the Bronx also gained some upgrades, but not, you know, not like scale, more like performance upgrades. So we got links, full links for it. Full links, all metal. Like those. Next, we're going to be adding these and these shocks to the Bronx here, but I'll be, of course, in part 2. We're going to start on part 1K, and we'll go to part 2. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start putting these together. I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and I'll be back just in a little bit. Alright, we're back. We're going to start putting these parts in. So we got half the mud flaps already on the body here. We got the front and rear, but these are coming off again because we're going to add the exhaust pipe, so they go mounted here as well. So I can add the exhaust pipes and then add this over that to put everything together. So first I'm going to go ahead and build the rest of the exhaust here. So what happened here, I went ahead and started half of it because I can explain to you guys how I did it. For example here, this comes with a bunch of smaller screws, so the smaller screws are all used for these two parts and these two parts, and there's two holes right here. It looks a little weird right now because you have to actually fold this down because there's some holes in there and there's a little cut in the middle, so it'll let you fold it down and then you can go ahead and screw it in, so you won't have this hanging off the back. It'll just keep it more flush. We're going to go ahead and fold this down. We're going to go ahead and screw the bottom of this up. Well, make sure you get a nice good grip on there and you squish them. See that? So basically you just pull this flap down here and then you screw it in from the back to keep it looking flush. Yeah, it comes with all the parts you need and they're very nice and well made. I really like the way they look. The screws are pretty tiny, they're all over here. So it comes with a bunch of smaller ones and has eight larger ones. So the larger ones are for the, are gonna go on the body on both of them. Because one, you have a shorter and a longer one. So you have a longer one, a shorter one here, and a longer one there. So you're gonna use those to put it in. I will be posting links for all the parts I have here on the description, so you guys can click on there and buy them if you like or look at them. It helps the channel out if you guys click on the links there. All of these are pretty much bought on Amazon, so if you click or send to Amazon, you can just find them there, and if you want to purchase them, go for it. They're very nice parts, very high quality. I like the way, I like how MEUS is doing all these upgrade parts for the Defender. Pretty nice. And the Bronco, of course, as well. So all these parts you have here can be got for either the Defender or the Bronco. Okay, that's done. Put your Land Rover logo there. Pretty nice. There's your left exhaust pipe, and we'll go ahead and screw down the right exhaust pipe. Now when you put these down, I recommend screwing them in first and then screwing them in the bottom because it's really tight in here. You gotta keep the this down as hard as you can, and keep it down while you're screwing it down, because if you don't, it'll just push it up and then it'll be hard to push it back down. So just hold it. You at least get one of the screws in there and then hold it tight and put the other one in and then screw them all the way down without letting this go. Just keep a nice firm hold on it. Alright, so we got the screws started. Always start the screws first and then match them to the holes there, and make sure you keep it nice and firm when you start screwing them down, because this will just, if you don't, it'll start popping up and then you can't push it down because it's like a little angle up here. So if it's not all the way down, it's not going to let you put it back in. Alright, we're done building the exhaust. That's how it turned out. So yeah, 2 screws here, 2 screws there, and 2 here and 2 here basically. So remember, when you put the exhaust pipe on, make sure you keep your hand down nice and firm and don't let it move around, and get those in there nice. You gotta get a little pressure because the holes are a little bit tight, so you gotta kind of cut through them. So try and get them in as straight as you can, so you get a nice straight screw into the part. Whatever you do though, don't over tighten them, because like I said earlier, this is 3D printed, so it will break. So just keep that in mind. That's what it looks like. So now you go ahead and remove these 2 screws from the rear mud flaps. So we're gonna add the exhaust, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the mud flaps over the exhaust with the longer screws they gave us in the package. So the screws on the package that come with the exhaust are a little bit longer, so we will reach these parts right here on the frame rail on the vehicle. Alright, well, okay, so we took out all 4 screws from the back, so as you can see, the original screws here are definitely much shorter than the ones we gave you with the package. So these 2 small ones here go on the front side of the car right here, and these slightly longer ones go on the back over here, the ones that hold up the bumper. Excuse me. Now, what I'm going to do is basically replace these small screws with the longer ones, because when you put the exhaust in there, it's going to take up the space from the side rail. And when you put, and on top of that, you're going to have to put the metal part that is attached to the flap. So that's going to make it obviously a lot thicker. So that's the reason why they give you the longer screws, so you can put the mud flaps and the exhaust pipe all together. Now, if you don't have the exhaust pipe and just the mud flaps, you don't really need the longer screws. You can use the original screws, they'll go right back in without a big problem. Keep that in mind. So if you don't have the exhaust pipe, you can use the original screws and put the mud flaps on your truck. But if you do get the exhaust pipe, it will give you these extra screws, so you can put them in place of the smaller ones to be able to reach the bumper and to reach the frame rail from the outside. Alright, we're going to go ahead and install it. Alright, so we installed the half the exhaust, half of the screws there, so you can see what it looks like. Now we have our both mud flaps and our exhaust pipe in the back over here. It's nicely tucked in there, so it definitely won't mess around with your clearance. So if you're going down a hill or descending, you won't get hung up, because these are pretty tucked in under the actual bumper. So that's nice. Instead of being way popped out here, that's nice and clean to me. I think it looks good that way. But yeah, there's one half. We're gonna go ahead and do the other half, and we're gonna call it good on the exhaust. Right back in a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the mud flaps, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. It's pretty easy, nothing complicated. There's the rear, back one. Basically, it comes with a bunch of little screws and these little tiny nuts on the other side. These nuts right here, you can actually use your, if you have a SCX24 and your tire wrench has good size on it, so you can actually use it to tighten it down from this side, or hold it down while you tighten up with your hex wrench or tool. So this is the back. We're gonna go ahead and put it on there. You can see, like it says here, it goes mounted back here. So basically, you gotta check how it looks like first. so you know it's going to be facing down, not your hose. What I do is I do the flap first, and then I'll install it on the frame. That way it'll be a lot easier to just install the flap already done, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy together. Basically all you need, it comes with little plastic shims. They're very tiny. These actually go over your flap. I believe it could keep it from ripping or from tearing, so it helps keep it down, and probably don't make it flop as much. So that's what it's got for. So basically, you're gonna put your flap flush on the middle here, and then you're gonna put this over the flap to keep it down. So what I do is I put the screws in first to get them nice and even. I just slide them through, they're pretty wide. So once I slide them through, I know they're even. You can see right there. You got your screws, your plastic cover, and you have your flap on the bottom. So now you just grab this part right here. Make sure it's hanging off this part right here. Don't put it like that, or else it's gonna be wrong. So just make sure you match your holes basically. Once you do that, all you have to do basically is just screw down the nut and then just tighten it. That's it. Pretty easy and pretty quick. Won't take too long to do it. Now these holes are a little tight, so if you can't push it down, you just go ahead and maybe screw it down just to open up the hole a little bit. I pushed them down kind of hard because they're just a little tight, but they went through. And now just grab your little wrench here. And, well, in this case, you gotta use a smaller tip. Right now, we're using a 1.5 for the screws on the outside. We're gonna go ahead and use the 0.3 if you have one. That way you'll get a nice grip of the screws. This fits actually perfectly into these little holes here, which is nice. Right now I'm just kind of threading the screw through the hole to get a little more space on the other side, so I can go ahead and put the nuts in from the other side. Let's have a tight grip. It's nice and snug on the hole, so just don't yank back too hard. You'll probably pull the screw out. Now go ahead and put your nut on. Very small. Just should be a little tricky. We have large hands like me. One. Once you thread it in there, you can just tighten it down with the wrench, and you'll be fine. There they are. See, now I'm going to go ahead and grab the wrench here. It is a 4.0. So basically, in order to have it do much, I mean, it's just rubber and plastic, so it just I just went ahead and, you know, screw them all the way down. I'm going to use my driver for it. It's real easy. Just do a nice tight snug there, Don't need to over tighten these things, they'll hold up just fine. You want to put some Loctite in there, you can. I don't think it really needs it. They tighten up pretty well. Alright, there she is. Yes, the screws are coming out a little bit, but they are far enough from the tire and the wheel that it won't affect any of the performance. As you can see here. See, I'm pushing up here. See how it's not close to the tire? So you should be alright. Even a bigger tire should be fine. It should clear it fine. So you're good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this part on. You already know, you know, long screw in the back, short screw in the front. You screw it down, make sure you push this up nicely. It's even and flush, and you're alrighty then. Well, we're done with the back side here. Now for the front, it's gonna be a little different. It's pretty much the same, but just reversed actually. There's a longer one and a shorter one. Now this is a little tricky because when you pull the long screw out, you're gonna loosen up your link down here. So when you before you put the longer screw in, make sure you adjust your link so you go in with ease without struggling. This one should be easy. You go in and on and off. And this one right here, I guess attached to the actual link. Attached to the link, is the one that's gonna start flopping around. So just keep an eye on your link after you unscrew this. And then basically, it's gonna go right on there. Those two holes. Just take them out and tighten all the way down. We're gonna go ahead and put the flap on here, then we're gonna install it onto here. The flap's pretty much the same as the rear. Just make sure, you know, put it on the back, not on the front. Before you do that, make sure you see how it's shaped right here, so you know that's the way it goes, and you know your flap is going to go right here. We're going to go ahead and install the flap, and we're going to go ahead and put it on there. Alright. Okay. We are done with the mud flaps. What do you guys think? Looking pretty nice, huh? Now let's put the body on. See what it looks like. We'll definitely give this trophy body a much nicer scale look. Not just the trophy body, of course, also the green body, so they both share the same frame. There it is. Mud flaps in the back, your front flaps here, the other flap there. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Gives it a little more personality now, doesn't it? Can't wait to take this out in the mud again and get it dirty with those mud flaps on now. There it is. All done. The trophy truck looking better and better every time I put stuff in it. But in this case though, for this body, I think that's going to be it, because as far as I know, these trophy trucks have a lot of stuff around here. You have protection on the windows, some on the door, but I haven't found anything that I could put on the doors yet. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to look like from now on, every time I do a video. Also the, I don't know if you noticed on my previous video, I did paint the fog lights here. I went and got some Tamiya clear yellow paint, and I painted the fog lights so now they look nice and yellow when you turn them on. I'm gonna turn them on real quick and I'll show you. Alright, well, that's what the lights look like. What do you think, huh? Pretty nice. Yeah, just little details, you know. Painting here, adding here, more stuff, you know. Gives your car a more realistic scale look. And I'm really big about the the scale look on my trucks. I'm not like a hardcore like, you know, comp crawler. I like to just drive my trucks, have fun, and make them look as nice as I can, and just take them out there and enjoy them. So yeah, if you guys do wanna, or feel like you wanna do something different to your fog lights, just buy some of that Tamiya clear paint. I'll put a link on the description that I can find if you guys want interested in buying the color. There's a orange one that I used for the Bronx. It's on one of the videos, and this yellow one that I used for this one. That's pretty much what it looks like, you know. That's probably how it's gonna look like from now on. So that's pretty much how you'll probably see them every time. But the mud packs definitely do give a little more personality there. Anyway, let's turn this guy off and we'll start putting the rest of the armor on the green body. Green body is getting a body armor upgrade. When I bought these from MEUS, they came in a silver color, but I thought it was too shiny for the body. When I put it on there to see what it looked like, I thought it was way too blingy, so I figured I'd go ahead and darken it up a little bit and give a little more, a little better look to mix it with the darker color of the vehicle. I used Trilon all-in-one paint primer, dark metallic metal. I bought this at I think it was Home Depot. I've had it around for a while. I just hardly ever use it, but now I'm happy to have it. Now I can do all this extra work and give the truck a little bit of a different look. But yeah, this metallic dark metal color looks really nice when you paint your parts with it. I use the same color, like the same paint to paint the window covers on the Defender there. It turned out pretty nice after I put them on there. I'll go ahead and start installing the parts. Basically, all your parts are there. It comes with all your screws. There's a lot of screws, and they give you like way too many. There's a lot of them. Like you have like, I don't know, a bunch of extras. You're gonna have way many extras left over when you're done with it. Basically, these come in with glue. They come with tape, so you gotta peel it off. Basically, you peel it off, and there's it's sticky down here, so you just stick it onto the frame. That way you can keep a nice firm hold on to it and screw it down. So in this case, I left the snorkel side undone because it's a little more harder than this side. It's not that much. I gotta remove the snorkel. Just kind of move it over, and then you're gonna put the hood cover over here. You're gonna screw it in the back, and then there's two screws in the front. So this is basically gonna be under the snorkel when you install it. We're gonna go ahead and remove the snorkel here, if I can, because I haven't done it in a while. We're gonna there you go. Just pull it down from the bottom here. Just yank it out. Should come off pretty easily. And then make sure it's clean down there. Then we're gonna pull the tape out. There is a little leftover paint here on the side, so it's a little extra paint flake. I'll just take it off. These parts are very flexible, so be careful when you put them in the car. You don't want to bend them too much, you might break them. They're very thin metal. Basically all I do is scratch off the excess paint from the side. And now, make sure your vents on there. So basically all you do is push this against the side of the hood here, get a nice snug fit, and then you're gonna put it down. See? You can see the stickers weren't uneven because this one, when I put this side on, it was just perfect in the middle. So I'm not going to remove the sticker. All I'm going to do is basically paint this little corner here with a black marker, just give it a darker look so you can't tell the line right there. Because I didn't put stickers on. That's how it came from when I bought it. So whenever I put them on, put them a little crooked. Okay, so it's in there. Make sure it's nice and snug. Get nice and tight there to the side of the hood, so it stays in there nicely. And the back as well. You gotta put your snorkel back over that again, so make sure it's nice and flush from back here. These are flexy, so when you get to this point, just push down at the end, because there's a little curvature on the hood here, and it's going down, so you gotta push it down as far as you can to kind of go with the line of the truck. Alright, you see, there she is. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw the back one first, since that one is the one close to the snorkel. And we're gonna go ahead and screw these two down. This screw is super tiny. If you have a magnetic tip driver, I will definitely suggest using that to at least get started. And then you can use another one, or you can use the same one to finish it. Especially here in the back where the snorkel is at, it's kind of a tough get right there. So make sure it's in there evenly. Now, when you screw these down, you gotta put a little pressure on there. Okay, basically forcing this screw down into the plastic. And the screws are like little tiny wood screws, so they have a pointed end. So when you screw them down, it'll kind of work its way into the plastic, and then it'll cut through. Alright, these two are down. Now we have left of these four right here. Before I do that, I'm going to paint this with a black marker just down the back so it won't be really obvious. Okay, so we're done with our front armor there. That's what it looks like now. See how nice it looks? A little darker tone in there with the green paint. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, I thought if I had the chromed out ones, that it probably would have been too shiny for this Defender. Particularly this body. I mean, maybe a white body, you might want to leave all the bling it might look nice, but on a darker body like this one, I'd probably suggest darkening out the armor if you were to get it through MEUS. It makes a big difference. Just a little tiny bit, just a little details, you know. It makes a big difference on just any project you guys want to do. So you guys can go do whatever you guys feel like doing with your armor. Just you know, if you guys like it blingy, then you can get it blingy. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start this part right here, and then the back. Make sure it goes down nice and flush. There it is. Now it just requires 5 screws. 2 on this corner, 2 on that corner, and 1 here in the middle. I would start with the one in the middle and then do the ones in the corner. I would start with the top one and then the inner one, because the inner one's a little harder to get to. So if you do the top one, the inner one will stay put, then you can screw it in easier. Done with the middle. We have our 5 screws in there. Just to the end here, 2 here you got going up. Now, see how flush it is? Just make sure you put it flush against the end over here by the door where the stand is on, so it won't pop up. So it'll be nice and flush with the side of your vehicle here. We're gonna go ahead and start the back now. Okay, so and for this guy, same deal. Just make sure it's nice and flush with the edge of the bottom of the truck here. At least get a starter screw and start it, and then if that starter screw starts getting full of plastic shavings, pull it out, and then with another screw you can go ahead and continue, and it's going a lot easier. And that is everything. There she is, front, stepper, and the rear. Now let's see what it looks like on the body. Out away. See. Oh, look at that. Very nice. So yeah, if you guys are interested in buying these parts for your Defender, you can find them in MEUS through Amazon, and you know, I'll put links on the description so you guys can buy these parts and customize them and make them your own and install them on your Defender. There she is with the mud flaps, looking pretty sweet. Looks very nice. Makes such a big difference when you add a little details to your trucks. Alright, anyway, we're pretty much done here with this video for today. I'm going to say something real quick before I let you guys go. I know you notice all the tires I have here. Just want to let you know that we got a new set of wheels and tires for the trucks here. Now I took these out for a cruise in one of the videos I posted recently by Lake, and these are mud tires. They're from Injora. They're big, tall, chunky tires. They're really good for muddy areas and places where there's a lot of mud or it's real slippery. The only problem with these is that they're so tall that you compare them to your regular, your stock Defender wheels and tires. There's a big difference there in the height. You see it's way much taller. It's almost just a half an inch taller, a little over a quarter of an inch taller than the original stock tire. This is the original stock tire, the Defender. This is a little bit taller. Now I have these Goodyear Wranglers that I've got through RC 4-wheel drive, and then these rims here, these are for Injora, the Geek Dish. These are a smaller tire, and you put them next to these guys, they're so much. They're definitely about a half an inch taller than these tires right here. These are also very good tires. They're very grippy, they hold up very well, and they're pretty much good for any terrain. I've taken them out in the mud, and it works really well. Never had any problems with it. Now these here, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with it. These are pretty popular. I know a lot of people had them on their rigs when it first came out. The Pro Line Hyrax Minis. These are also very good when you're rock crawling. They're very sticky and gooey, so they hold up pretty well on the rocks. And the rims are Injora Deep Dish black rims. Now, the reason why I got these is because these rims here are from MEUS. I bought these. They're brass. The inner is brass, and the whole thing is aluminum machined. They're very nice. I like the way they look, and they hold the bead very well. They're so easy to put on, and the screws are pretty heavy duty. Now, I would recommend, if you guys don't have any, you get one of these Injora sets. They're very handy, and especially for these screws right here, or the Injora screws, the sizes that we have for the screws are spot on. Like the smallest one here is exactly what you need for the little annoying screws on the Injora beadlock. So if you guys like Injora rims a lot, you have a lot of them. Even these MEUS, this is like a perfect little set for anything really. I mean, it's made life so much easier for me when I got it. I had a bunch of different hexes. They were slipping or rolling the little screws. So once I got this, man, it made a big difference. I'm very happy with this set. So I recommend you guys buy this if you guys like it. From Injora, I'll post a link on the description as well so you guys can find them. And I'll post a link for the MEUS rims and the Injora mud terrain tires. They're really nice and they're very sticky and they're very soft. But the only downside to this is that they're so tall that when they put them on a Defender, it makes it more taller than it already is. So it's very top heavier. It kind of messes up the top heaviness of the Defender, which makes it worse in a way. So if you're gonna put these on your Defender, I will actually just take out all the extra stuff and just leave it as bare as possible, and it won't tip over as much because these are really tall tires and the Defender's a tall vehicle. So tall vehicle, backside heavy with taller tires, not a very good combination. So if you were to buy these for your Defender, take off all the weight and loosen up the springs as much as you can on the adjusted shocks here. That way you can have a little more flex and you won't be tipping your Defender over like I have a few times. By the way, these are also upgraded shocks. I forgot to mention these in the previous videos. They've been on the truck for a while. These are from RC Lions, the oil-filled adjustable shocks. You can see how much of the adjustment I got the spring and they're pretty tight because I have all the extra weight back here on the Camel, the trophy truck. So you got stainless steel here, stainless steel there, a bunch of extra stuff on top, and your back tire and all this, which is really heavy back here. So if you want to get these, they're from RC Lions and they're on Amazon, and they're very adjustable and they work really good with all the weight I have on the Defender right here. It's just perfect, and it also helps the truck from slacking back like it does with all the extra weight. They're really nice and firm. I put 50 weight oil in here so it keeps a little bit tighter. It also helps a little bit with the twist because they're a little tighter. But you just tighten them more on this side so when you go it doesn't twist as much when you're driving. But right now the way it's set is perfect, and I'll put links on the description for these shocks as well. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this little adventure here, this little upgrade adventure, and I'll be coming back soon with the Bronx. I'm going to be adding the links. So we're going to do this for the Bronx, and as the Unimog goes, we're going to add the leaf springs, and we're going to add the rear lights to it. So these are your own separate video. I figured I'd go ahead and do this because we had a lot of stuff to do here, so I figured I'd save this for another video. So join me next time for the next video, and we'll be putting the springs on here and put lights on the Unimog, and we'll have our links for the Bronx. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. You guys have a wonderful, awesome day.